Hi, this is Meesh, the coaching curator, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the difference between fear and anxiety. And for people with PTSD, just give a little suggestion on how to lower anxiety levels. So let's talk about fear, baby. Let's talk anxiety. Let's talk about childhood trauma and how it caused PTSD. Okay, enough of that. So, fear is survival. And if we didn't have fear, humans wouldn't exist. The cavemen would have been literally walking into the lion's den to play with the little newborn cubs, and that would not have gone over well. So, luckily we have fear, and we have a fight or flight response that keeps us alive. Survival of the fittest, fantastic. Anxiety, on the other hand, is like a low-grade, constant fear where your body is always in fight or flight mode. And not to the extreme of like literally your life is in danger and a lion is coming at you, but just like a constant low-grade fear that it can be debilitating, or it can just lower your quality of life in a way that's unfortunate and not necessary. So, what can be done about it? Well, when we have this fight or flight response, our body is reacting. Our heart rate increases, our capillaries, all the things. I'm not a biologist. So all the things, those things dilate and we start breathing faster. So in preparation for the running or for the fighting, and this is a way to get the blood flow and the oxygen to our muscles, to the extremities, so that we can have this response and survive it. So this low-grade level during anxiety is unnecessary, obviously, because we don't have this threat in front of us. The threat is typically anticipated and oftentimes a reflection from the past. And I can get into that in another video about triggers and discriminating between historical harm and harm that is not really existing now. But I digress. So in order to control that physical response, one way to instruct the primitive brain, the amygdala, that is in charge of this fight or flight response, one way to instruct it to just take a chill pill and calm down is simply by breathing. And I mean slow, intentional, counted breaths. Take a deep breath into the count of 4, hold it for the count of 4, and release it to the count of 4, and do that 4 times. And if you are breathing slowly, you literally cannot be in fight or flight because your body needs to breathe quickly to maintain that state. So this is just something that you can try, and if it works for you, that's awesome. If not, there are other tools as well. And here's a little something else I'm going to say right now. Take a look at your feet. Look down at your feet right now. I'm going to look at mine. And my question to you is, are they on fire? Are your feet on fire? They should not be. If they are, you should be stopping and dropping and rolling right now. But since they're probably not, since you are watching this, your feet are not on fire. So we can use language and free will to kind of remind our brain, remind ourselves, and instruct our primitive brains all is well. So, to wrap it all up, actual fear helps us survive life-threatening situations like accidentally walking into the lion's den. But anxiety is not so helpful because we're worrying about something that may not ever even happen. The primitive part of our brain isn't great at telling the difference, and it pulls out all the stops to protect us even if we don't need that protection. And this can really mess with our health and well-being. But The great news is that there's a way we can stop this false alarm in its tracks and calm ourselves. And it's super simple. Slow, intentional breathing. It's not physically possible to be in fight or flight if you're breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and breathing out for 4. So knowledge is power. I hope this helps. Meesh out.